Welcome back, Kings of War fans, to a community update for this week, the 14th of August 2020. It's the first time since I switched to fortnightly. And you know what? Last week I looked at the content I had. I thought, actually, I've got enough to do a community update. I might do one anyway and surprise everyone. And then I played 3 hours of PlayStation games because I'm an intrinsically selfish being. Happy days. Now, those of you who spent some time listening to these updates for a while would have heard me moaning about Facebook for ages. Well, the only thing worse than Facebook is, of course, Reddit. And even more brilliantly, there's a Kings of War Reddit subdomain. Subdomain? Is it called a channel? I don't know, because I'm so incredibly old that Reddit fills me with confusion. Anyway, the community is actually pretty good. There's some pretty active posters. And if you're sick of faceache, why don't you head over to Reddit, which is r/Kings of War, and join their growing community, where you'll find stuff that you don't see anywhere else. Those of you who are missing the ludicrously pervasive call to arms coverage on Dash 28 will be pleased to have seen the historic International Club Challenge streaming coverage, which was just this last weekend. They handpicked 2 incredibly famous well-known clubs, the Northern Kings and the Tabletop Titans, in a transatlantic matchup that saw some of their best players squaring off. Of course, the Northern Kings featured famous Northerner John Quayle, and the Tabletop Titans featured famous Texan Dan King. If you missed the action, all of the livestream games are available on YouTube, and I won't spoil the ending for you, because that's just not the kind of guy I am. It's not. Northern Kings won. Oh, god damn it! Direct Misfire has long been one of my favourite podcasts, but with the amount of free time they've had recently, Select's obviously got into video production, and their YouTube channel is frankly bloody brilliant. Their most recent video looks at sneaky tactics, building on Brenton Williams' excellent Dash 28 article. If you found the wall of text somewhat hard to follow, then the incredibly clear illustrations they pulled together here really make a lot of these sneaky tactics rather clear. Whether you think they're fair, whether you think they're a symptom of a broken game system, I don't care. I just like looking at the pretty pictures. I nearly fell off my seat when I saw that Kings of War Worldwide had updated, and I was glad I was sitting down when I saw they'd snap on an interview with Carl Preslinski about the new Magic supplement. Carl goes through some information about the new supplement that's coming up, and I've heard that there's some more detailed information coming from Matt James, who authored much of the new supplement, on other media channels coming soon. I'm not dropping any heavy hints about which channels they are, but if you like annoying English people, then you might be in luck. Occasionally I do miss out stuff that people are doing, and I'm happy to have that pointed out. That's largely because I'm very lazy, but lazy is something that Richard Stockdale is not. Not only has he painted 7 armies in 7 months, on which note, I don't know, maybe chill a little bit? You're really making everyone else look bad. But I've also heard he's dynamite in the sack. We're talking not just skillful with a paintbrush, hot diggity dog, he's the man I wish I could be. Richard Stockdale, what a guy. The Kings of War forum is 1 year old. Congratulations to Fred, who started up the project after Mantic viciously closed their old forums. The cool people have already got an anniversary badge, because they've been part of the site for a year. Just the cool people though. People like me. I'm the cool people. While I was browsing the Kings of War forum, I caught sight of Andras Herd project. I think Herd is one of those armies that's really difficult to do well because it's just a sea of brown. But you can see some of the detail he's got into his herd is just fantastic. Particularly this Lycan Alpha. I don't know where the miniature's from and I couldn't care less, but I love what he's done with it. Oh, I've just noticed that's actually from 2019. Which just goes to show it's better than Facebook because you can find old stuff. Anyway, his most recent update is this Minotaur Chariot Horde, which doesn't feature any actual chariots, but does feature some cool pigs. Sebastian Richard Reeves has posted this Beast of Nature for his Forces of Nature army. This mini is absolutely bonkers. Sebastian's pretty good at these weird conversions, and I think he's done a fantastic job with this one. It's mostly nature rather than beast, but there's definitely some beast going on there. I've talked a little bit before about 3D printing of minis, and people don't seem to be convinced. Well, take a look at this Shadowhunt posted by Robert Maesters, which he 3D printed from somebody else's sculpt. I mean, you probably don't want to look too long because it makes you want to throw up, but wow, that is just an insane modelling. Also, I'm rather enjoying the backdrop. Why you'd pair satanic rituals with a little bunny rabbit, I'm not quite sure, and frankly I'm too afraid to ask. I thought Richard Luke's Basileans were really cool because he's modelled them in a specific way that makes them look incredibly dynamic, like they're rushing through the archway just as part of his multi-base. Super simple, but I think it's really effective. I think the Mantic Butcher models are some of the hardest to get right. At their worst, they look like musclemen in nappies, and at their best, they kind of look like Ryan Peterson's effort here. I think he's got that fantastic colour shift on their arms just perfect, and the rust on the weapons looks really cool. Good job. Sean Dietrich has been posting loads of updates for his Trident Realms with the Trident Realm group on Facebook. My favourites are these characters. I mean, I don't know what they're going to be, and I don't know where they're from, but I know that they're bloody brilliant. While it's still a work in progress, Mike Grant's Order of the Green Lady project is fantastic, not least because this Phoenix's colours are just breathtaking. The depth of colour there is really lovely. Just looking at those models and bases, I can't wait to see this army come together. I'm looking forward to the updates as they come. And last but not least, my breath was taken away, although a very small breath, by these 10mm Kings of War elves that James Wright posted. I think they're just so bloody charming. Look at those. Little tiny elves. Little tiny little elves. Anyway, they're cool. Well, that's it for this fortnight. I think the new fortnightly process is working very well. We can all agree that was definitely not worth waiting for. See you next time.